or healthcare. Thanks for joining us today. Okay. Oh. Hi, thanks for tuning in today. I'm Karen Halloran from Azure Healthcare. Today on the show, we have Yolanda Douglas, Director of Artis Way Experience, and we have Debbie Small, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing for Artis of Reading. Thank you for joining us today, ladies. It's so good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
We may as well just jump right in and you can tell us how you got started into the business.
Okay. Well, I started actually as a home health aide in a community that was all memory care, and I just loved it, particularly helping the folks with dementia be more than a person with dementia, and I just continued from there.
Well, I got into it because I had a career in healthcare, and then I had a career in sales, and then I decided I would kind of put them together and combine them and enjoy both things, and I never looked back. It's the best job I've ever had.
That's fantastic. You both are so involved, I know, and you do unbelievable things for seniors in the community. And maybe we could just jump right in, and it's a memory care community. So what is the difference from your memory care community to the other memory care communities out there?
Excellent. You want to talk about that, Debbie?
Well, I think Artis, the biggest thing that sets us apart with Artis is our philosophy. You know, our mission and our philosophy are one and the same. The Artis acronym is the ability to have a voice, respecting relationships, treasuring uniqueness, integrity, success, and recognition. And we use that mission for our families, our staff, and also our residents. And we're very proud of it.
That's fabulous.
And I think the biggest thing that sets us apart from a lot of communities is that we were designed specifically for memory care. So everything in our building, from the design to the colors to the furniture to the lighting, is memory care specific.
Yes,
Yeah, I've been to your community. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful facility. Now, assisted living sells care and activities. How is yours different?
One of my favorite things to talk about. I think that probably the number one thing that makes our care different that I've experienced, especially coming from, as I said, I started as a home health aide and worked up. The thing I see that's different is our directors, our nursing team, they're on the neighborhoods. They're out there. They're helping directly, hands-on with the residents, and it makes a big difference in how care is applied. Also, with our philosophy, we're making sure that we're doing things with the resident and not for the residents. You know, we want to make sure they have the highest level of independence and autonomy, and then we supplement what they need help with. And in our activity program, I think the number one thing that makes a difference is, for us, it's not activities. Activities is busy work. That's when you're cooking and you send the kid away to go do something and they come back. We're about life enrichment, engaging. So we make sure that the things that are on our calendar are specific to residents who are coming in. You know, when they come in, we have our history and preference forms that tell us what they liked now or in the past, and we make sure we apply those things. And then they always have opportunities to tell us what they want. We had a woman ask for a ping pong table. One lady out of 64 residents asked for a ping pong table. Debbie went right out and got a ping pong table, and this table is so popular now. It turns out we had lots of residents who just needed someone to voice that for them, who are playing ping pong with their families. It's so beautiful to see.
Your place is beautiful. What would you say is the best physical feature of your community?
Ooh, I love this one.
There's a lot of them, I know.
Yes, we have a favorite though.
Yeah, I think we all agree that our favorite is our grounds. You know, we have probably the biggest backyard of any assisted living, never mind an assisted living for memory care. But we have beautiful grounds and walking paths for the residents. All the doors in the back are open in a nice secured area. And we're outside all the time, and that's important for them to have that nature and, you know, the sunlight and just to be able to get some fresh air. So,
And I've seen all the gardening that you do and the butterfly bushes and all of that. It's just wonderful. Who doesn't want to be out in the nice weather?
Courtyard is definitely my favorite.
Now, I know that there is a lot of longevity at your place with staff. What are the staffing ratios and longevity? What do those look like?
Well, I think that, you know, we have people that have been there from the beginning, myself included, you know, so we've been open for 6.5 years. The building's been there for 7. And we just celebrated some of our staffs that have been there for 5 years and 6 years, because we have a positive partnership meeting every month to recognize our staff, and we celebrate their anniversaries, and you know, and it's really great that we include them and recognize them.
It's so important. The frontline staff works so hard.
Yes.
That's great that you do that.
Debbie's the original. She was the first person hired when they were before they were ever built.
Wow. I remember when you started there.
Best job in town.
You touched a little bit upon the philosophy. Yolanda, did you want to speak more about the philosophy of Artis?
Yes, the philosophy of Artis is actually what brought me to Artis from where I was before. I really appreciate that everyone's got a philosophy, right? But I see it lived and breathed every day there. I appreciate that they make sure that they encompass everybody in it. It's my favorite thing to talk about when I do the education with new associates. You know, Debbie talked about what the letters were for, but you know, the actual seeing that work, like the ability to have a voice. That resident asked for a ping pong table, bang, we got it. We had one of the care partners want to ask to change out the type of towels we use. She came from a hotel background. She had a better recommendation. Our regional director of operations heard her out one day and immediately said to our ED, do it right now. And it changed right then and there.
Isn't that great?
I've never seen that happen before with someone talking to the front line. You know, our respecting and maintaining relationships and treasuring each person's uniqueness. We have, I think of this one particular resident who has siblings all over the country. And so every Monday, you'll see all of our alarms go off like clockwork because we're all ready to help her get on her Zoom call to connect with all her siblings.
That's great.
You know? For our associates, you know, we're doing things like, we had 4 women pregnant at the same time one time. We did a baby shower, but we didn't just do like this one generic shower. We had a committee that talked to all of them. We made sure the whole thing was very personalized. Remember, we had 2 cakes because they did it all like the same thing. Like, all of our letters are very unique like that.
Really involving them.
I really love the philosophy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It really shows. Now, what is the average age and the stage of some of the residents that are there? Are they newly diagnosed? Are they farther along with the dementia process?
Yeah. So we're lucky enough that we have a really nice range of residents. We have some residents who are really early on. We have the majority of them would be in the middle stages, and we even have some people who are in the later stages who've been with us as long as Debbie has, you know, who've aged in place. I would say the average age though is 85.
Oh, 85 years young.
Yes.
And I know that Artis has a lot of community involvement. Why don't you share with us some of the community involvement that you have?
Well, one of the missions our company has is that we want to educate the outside community as well as our community at large. And so, you know, we're always having educational events, webinars or in person, because we know that so many people are living with dementia in their homes and trying to, manage it. So, we want to help them accomplish that. And we get very involved in the community activities as well. We belong to the Rotary and the Chamber, and we do all the Lions Clubs and, the trick-or-treating events. So, we're really very involved in the community, and very proud of Artis being in our community. Me living in the community, I think, it was the best thing that ever came to the town.
I know you take a lot of pride in it. You do an awesome job. Now, talking about training, what about the associates? They must go through a lot of training because it's different than just being at a skilled nursing facility, say.
Yeah, absolutely. As part of my role, I am the educator for our community. And so when someone is first hired on, they have their 2 kind of classroom days. One day is a full day, 8 hours, all dementia stuff with me. And then they have another day where we have another hour of dementia as well. Plus we do our philosophy. All the other directors have a piece that they talk about. Then they have their on-the-floor training where they'll spend a few days shadowing with our more seasoned associates. And then they have ongoing education, which was one that we had done yesterday at our meeting that Debbie was talking about. We have our ongoing where we have dementia topics all throughout the year that they continue to learn about. And then we have spot-on trainings as well. We do a lot of educating. So a spot-on is maybe we have a unique situation that we saw something come up. Maybe we're taking in a new resident who has a dementia that's not as commonly talked about. Then I'm going to go around and educate everyone on that as well. So we do a lot of education.
That's fantastic. That really is, because they need to know more than the average person dealing with the population.
Absolutely.
That's excellent. Now, how long would somebody be a resident at Artis? What's the length of stay, the average?
Yeah, that's a good Debbie question.
Yeah. Well, I think, we have some that we've had for 5 years, and then, so I guess the average would be 3 years.
Okay.
They say that in the industry it's 18 to 24 months. So, I think 3 years would be kind of an average stay, but all of our residents stay through end of life. We're able to, to take in hospice, and some people think that they need to. It's like a stepping stone to a skilled nursing facility, and that's not the case. We really want them to stay with us.
Stay in place.
Yeah,
that's good. They shouldn't really be moved at the end of life.
Right.
So that's good that you can do that. How would somebody, you could tell us, if they wanted to become a resident or a family member out there, how would they go about becoming a resident?
Well, they just contact us, and we'll start with finding out about their loved one. We don't just go into having them come in. We want to get some background on their loved one so that we can better assist them and let them how we're going to manage them. So, we set up a tour for them, and if they agree that they would like to come, they just have to put down a small deposit. Our team goes out. Yolanda is part of the team that goes out and does a screening. So we start from the phone call, getting to know their loved one, all the way out to the screening. And so we already know a lot about them before they even move in. So.
And I'm sure they're much more comfortable that way, too.
Exactly.
So if somebody would like to get in touch with you, how would they do so?
Well, they can call us at 781-872-1907, or they can go on our website, artisseniorliving.com.
Fantastic. Well, I've learned a lot. I'm sure everyone at home has, too. I like to end the show with 3 questions.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay, so the first question, we'll go to Yolanda, is tell us a fun fact about you. It can be anything.
Oh, okay. A fun fact. I am originally from Detroit, surrounded by the Great Lakes, but I cannot swim.
Well, maybe some swimming lessons in the near future.
I'm going to work my way up to that.
Deb, tell us something about you.
Well, a fun fact about me is I have 4 little grandchildren under the age of 4.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're lots of fun.
Lucky you. All right, the second question is, we love pets on the show, animals of any kind. Do you have any pets?
I do. I love animals. I have a dog named Whiskey. I have 2 cats, Jax and Oatmeal. We've got 5 birds. 3 are parakeets, 2 are conors, and we have a rabbit named Steven.
Wow. You have a little farm going on over there, a little zoo, mini zoo.
Yes. Oh, and bees. My daughter became a beekeeper this season.
Oh, that's so interesting. Wow.
Something I didn't know.
Yeah. The things you learn on the show.
Right.
Do you have any pets?
Well, I have a grand dog, so my daughter has a dog, and we do babysit the dog as well. So.
That's like having the best of both worlds.
Exactly, yep.
Okay, now the final question is, summer is here, people are going places or having a staycation. Do you have any plans this summer?
Well, we know I'm not going in the water. I plan to maybe do like some long weekend trips around. I'm also going to be helping my mom and dad take a disabled cousin they take care of. I'll be helping them do weekend vacations with her.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, New England's always great to be just, going to the beaches around here, but I do have a week trip up to Lake Winnipesaukee that I'm going to be doing second week in July. Yeah.
Well, I hope both of you enjoy yourselves on your little excursions.
Thank you so much.
And I'd like to thank you for joining us today. You've really, told us a lot about assisted living when it comes to memory care, and it's just an invaluable service. I love your community.
Thank you so much for having us.
So thanks again for coming. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Until next time, have a great day.